Well, what do we have for you today? Let's find out. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to talk about a little bit of a different subject than we have ever covered on this channel before. You know, usually I show you gun reviews, and I've told you the reason I got into shooting and having a gun to protect my home. But I want to talk a little bit about taking training classes. You know, I've taken some in the past, but you know, we're just getting over the kind of the lockdown with COVID. For a lot of you, your ranges have been shut down for close to a year now. You've been reliant on yourself to train at home, whether that's dry fire or, you know, practice drawing from a holster, or, I mean, let's be honest, a lot of people are just watching YouTube videos because they can't get to a range and they're having to miss a lot of open classes. But now that the instruction, you know, firearms instruction schools are getting open, the ranges are getting open, you now have access to get yourself some actual training. And that's really what I want to encourage you all to do if you're new to shooting and really haven't ever had a chance to do it. Because I'm here to tell you, even though I've been shooting for a while now, there's a big difference in what you think you know and what you know when you're trying to fire under pressure. So the class I went to was it was a kind of entry-level but defensive pistol class at a local range that I've gone to several times. And it was, even though it was a kind of a low-level training, it was fairly intense. And what I mean by that is, you know, you were under direction from instructors, you were timed on your shots. If you made a mistake, they were right there in your face to correct you. You know, it puts a lot of pressure, and you learn under pressure what you don't know well, and what you think you have been doing the correct way can actually get you hurt or possibly even killed. And I am absolutely positively not a trainer. Just get that out there, you know, right off the bat. But what I am encouraging you to do is look at your local level and see what training is available to you. So I'll give you a little bit of a rundown of the course I did, and kind of give you an idea why I'm making this video. And I don't want to make this to be an overly long video, but when I got there, there was, I can't remember, 8 or 9 of us there. Multiple skill levels, from the very beginner to people who have been shooting for quite a while. But there was kind of a common denominator with all of us is, for the last year and a half, we've all been kind of regulated, unless we had our own, you know, or unless people have their own ranges at home or something, to dry fire training or training in the home. And no matter how much of that you do, it doesn't really simulate under pressure. When we got up to the fire line the very first time, you know, everybody was having to draw from a holster. And that's one thing I'll tell you, equipment-wise, get to know your equipment if you haven't really trained very much. And train with what you're actually carry with. And the reason I say that is because of the range I was at, they do require an outside the waistband holster, which you guys have seen this if you've seen my past videos. Great holster from Safariland. But it's not the holster I carry daily. I don't carry outside the waistband with this. This is strictly for when I have to carry a strong side outside the waistband holster at this particular range. It hung me up a little bit on some of the things, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a video here a little bit later. But you really need to know your equipment if you ever, you know, the stuff you carry daily, if you ever hope to be successful, if you have to pull that gun in a bad situation. And yeah, I am not a trainer. I'm just going to keep saying that. I don't have the credentials, but I have taken some courses. And only by taking these courses are you going to realize how unprepared some of you may be in the event you have to be in a situation. When we lined up on the fire line, there was like 8 or 9 of us. And right off the bat, the instructor recognized some deficiencies in people's trainings, the way they drew. There was one gal right next to me that every time she drew, without realizing it, as she came up to present, she was actually bringing her support hand in front of the muzzle of her gun and bringing it back, which is horribly bad. So at that point, the instructor stopped the entire course, and we went through a basic mechanics of the draw, from holstering, or unholstering, to how you come together and how you present before he would let the class move on. And that was actually under pressure. Like, literally, the people are right here in your face correcting you on it. And they're not trying to be all military or mean or anything, but they're trying to create some of that pressure that you're going to have in a real situation, so you know how to train for it. So we got over that. We started doing the drills, and we did what was called a casino drill, which, if you guys haven't seen that, there's plenty of videos out there. It's something pretty nice. The biggest thing I'm going to tell you is, by doing this, like, even if you don't have access to a class, at least get a shot timer or have someone with you calling shots or whatever, but put that pressure on you, because if you're just leisurely going at the gun range to practice marksmanship and you're shooting from a bench or shooting from low ready or something, it is not the same as trying to simulate that stressful situation. It's just not, and unless you go to a class, this may not make sense to you. So hopefully I'm not just rambling. But I'm going to show you what culminated in the end of the video into a skills training that looks really fun. But I'm also going to kind of break it down and show you the errors that I made that could have gotten me killed if this is a real life situation. So anyway, we got a short video, but I just really want you guys to, now that you're able to, find, so, you know, Google it, Google your local location, find what's available in your area, and maybe take an inexpensive class. It doesn't have to be overly expensive, but if you're going to carry a gun daily, I really and truly believe you should learn how to use that rather than just leisure shooting, because it may save your life. So I'll cut to this video and I'll show you what I'm talking about, and then I'll talk to you when we come back. Okay, so this is one of the instructors, and notice how fast he drops the first target. Nice. Now here's me. You're going to see me bobble with my holster, and I'll show you the results of what happens. Because of that bobble, that first guy gained about 3 yards, which is almost 10 feet on me. That's what you don't want to do. Here is Justin, the main instructor, and you'll see he does it the right way as well. Just some food for thought. Well, alright guys, well, I hope that made sense for you. And again, not to sound like a broken record, but I am not a trainer. I am not qualified to teach people how to shoot. I don't have those credentials, but I would encourage you to go out and find someone who could help you with that if you feel you have the need. But as always, if you like videos like this, I hope you hit that like button, share with your friends, subscribe, and I hope to see you on future videos. Alright guys, shoot safe.